The coronavirus crisis. I'm Adrienne Pedersen, today on Upfront.
This is the most aggressive and comprehensive effort to confront a foreign virus in modern history.
Is government doing enough? And why is U.S. testing lagging other countries? It's my conversation with Congressman Mike Gallagher. That's coming up next. Plus, Milwaukee mayoral candidate Lena Taylor.
We have a lot of negative statistics. You can't change them if you don't address them.
Why she says there's a crisis in Milwaukee and what she'd do to fix it.
Taking on the issues important to Wisconsin. This is Upfront with your host, Adrienne Pedersen.
The choice we make, the precautions we put into place are critical to overcoming the virus.
President Trump declared a national state of emergency over the rapidly growing coronavirus outbreak. Thank you for joining us. The World Health Organization calls it a pandemic. Here in Wisconsin, Governor Evers declared a state of emergency.
Want to assure everyone that those affected are receiving the best possible care and that all steps are being taken to stop the spread of this virus.
The pandemic is changing the way many of us live, work, and play. There are many closures, from schools to some businesses, and a lot of large-scale events. The number of cases in Wisconsin continues to climb. And 12 News' Ben Wagner. And Ben, we're trying to practice this social distancing we've heard so much about, so that's why we're sitting at opposite ends of the desk here. And just go ahead and tell me these latest numbers in Wisconsin. You've been tracking them all weekend.
Right, Adrienne. State health officials now are reporting at least 27 cases of coronavirus in Wisconsin. The state also said all K through 12 public and private schools will be closed by Wednesday. Some have closed, though, even earlier. Milwaukee and other southeastern Wisconsin school districts are closed tomorrow. Colleges and universities are moving classes online, along with professional and collegiate sporting events have been canceled or suspended. Adrienne.
And the House yesterday passed a coronavirus relief package. What exactly did that entail?
Well, first off, it includes paid sick leave, unemployment insurance, food assistance, and increased Medicaid funding. Now, with the president's support, it passed on an overwhelming bipartisan vote, 363 to 40. Wisconsin's congressional delegation, though, voted along party lines. Republicans Mike Gallagher, Glenn Grothman, Jim Sensenbrenner, and Brian Stile all voted against it. Democrats Ron Kind, Gwen Moore, and Mark Pocan voted for it. It does still, though, Adrienne, need approval from the Senate.
And we've heard that so many businesses are really changing the way they do things. Yep. A lot of churches decided just to close down, maybe go online this weekend. You've been out and about a little bit. What have you seen?
Well, we've seen people basically going about their daily lives. Stores are very busy. They have certainly run low on some supplies. If you can find toilet paper, good luck. But they're still out shopping. They're still hitting restaurants, albeit the restaurants that I saw were maybe a little less busy than they would on a normal night. But a lot of people are still out doing their daily activities, probably just on a bit smaller scale, and taking those precautions, staying 6 feet away from people if they can, and of course wiping down those surfaces.
Right, and avoiding those large crowds. Yeah. So many of those things have been canceled anyway, so they don't have a choice.
Right.
Okay, thank you, Ben. We appreciate your insight.
Mm-hmm.
The goal of the closures and social distancing is to really slow the rates of transmission. The Trump administration on Friday announced new testing and screening measures. One top official admitted coronavirus testing in the U.S. had not been meeting the nation's needs. I asked Republican Congressman Mike Gallagher of Green Bay about the federal coronavirus response. And again, remember, he voted against the aid package yesterday morning, saying we need a solution that doesn't cause unintended economic damage. We spoke on Friday morning, though, before the vote and new testing measures, and he told me he had some concerns.
Well, last week we came together in a bipartisan fashion and we passed $8.3 billion in an emergency supplemental funding. My hope is that now that we've seen over 10 million of that get to Wisconsin, that will allow us to rapidly and exponentially increase our testing capacity and capability. If you look at the countries who have tackled this successfully, like South Korea, like Taiwan, it's because they had the ability to test rapidly. We had clear deficiencies in our testing processes early on. Now it seems the CDC and the FDA have released or relaxed some of the guidelines to allow private labs to get into the game. And certainly I know there are very dedicated professionals in Wisconsin, both at the state health department and in our hospitals and in private labs, that are trying to upscale our testing capacity. The second thing I hope we can do is ensure we have enough funding for critical supplies, whether they're N95 respirators or just basic protective gear in hospitals. We cannot allow ourselves to have a supply shortage. And then finally, I think every member of Congress, really everyone in public office, should play the role of facilitating the best information out there. There's so much misinformation online right now. We are trying to direct people to the no kidding experts at the state level, the CDC at the national level. And so I just would encourage people, don't spend all day refreshing your Twitter feed. Go to the trusted websites, your county experts, your county health department, the state health department, and the CDC, who are updating their guidance every hour.
And according to Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's top expert on infectious disease, we're failing in terms of testing so far. What do you think of the federal government's response to coronavirus at this point?
I think there were clear deficiencies in the testing process. It took a while for guidance to get out there. Certain kits didn't have the requisite RNA samples necessary to do testing. So when the dust settles, I do think we need to take a look at our testing capacity and make sure that we fix things so we don't find ourselves in this position again. But for now, I know there are people, including Dr. Fauci, who have taken a hard look at this and are doing everything possible to allow us to exponentially increase our testing capacity.
So it's clear that we are behind, and you're agreeing with that when it comes to testing. Are you blaming the president for this? What do you think about his leadership so far?
Well, I think the president definitely bought us some time with the initial targeted travel ban on China, which I was calling for a long time. I do think the president was right to call for another ban on Europeans coming into this country, but all that does is buy us time. And if in these critical days and weeks we can't exponentially increase testing, we are going to endure more hardship later on. So right now is the time to err on the side of caution. As I've been telling my constituents, don't panic, but prepare. As we used to say in the Marine Corps, you hope for the best, but you prepare for the worst. So if we can get our testing fixed, if we can practice basic social distancing, and if we can all promote individual hygiene, I think we have the opportunity to prevent this from overwhelming our healthcare system. But I believe the lesson should not be that we need more power concentrated within the CDC and FDA. We need to figure out how can we devolve resources and power to those on the front lines in Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, we have an incredible hospital system. We have some of the best doctors in the world. We need to make sure they have the resources they need in order to keep our communities and our Wisconsin citizens safe.
We tried to get Republican congressmen on the program after that vote, but just couldn't make the logistics work. Coming up, Milwaukee mayoral candidate and state senator Lena Taylor.
We really do need a plan, and it has to be executed and communicated effectively to the people.
I'll ask about her criticism of Mayor Barrett's response to the coronavirus outbreak.